Hello, I'm Nancy. Welcome to my channel. The videos on my Legacy Living playlist are about subjects that we deal with living in these elder years of ours. The last 2 weeks, we have talked about subjects that affect us all. They're difficult, but they still have to be dealt with. If you escape either of those subjects that we talked about, you're fortunate indeed. Today, I want to talk to you about a day in the life of, well, me. A day in my life. There was a day when I woke to find everything in my freezer was warm and the freezer items was thawed. It took courage to pull everything out of that refrigerator and put it in a large black bag and carry it to the outside trash can. The reality of shopping for a new fridge seemed overwhelming to me. So what did I do? In my natural way of doing things, I added something to go along with it. I made the decision to also shop for a new range. The present one had received service twice in the same number of years. So I thought it was best to go on and prepare for the holidays that will be at the end of the year, get the new range, learn how to cook on it. It's got some new features that I'll need to deal with. So with the help of one of my sons, I located the items that I liked and I went to view them in store. I don't like just ordering online. I like to see, feel, and touch. I liked what I saw, so we ordered them and they were delivered. The fridge made its way into the foyer, down the hallway, through the den, and into the kitchen, only to find that it was a 1/2 inch too wide. Oh my goodness. So there it sits, halfway in and halfway out of its little slot. But it is installed. I no longer have to live out of a cooler, and I have ice falling into that little bucket on a regular basis. The range was delivered only to be found it was a 1/4 inch too wide for my granite countertop. So it sits in my garage until the countertop can be trimmed to fit. The one good thing is that the installer for the range feels like he can do the trimming on the granite for the refrigerator at the same time. So instead of 2 messes in 2 days, I'll have one big mess. A day in the life for sure. I was cruising down the street on my way to I-20 to take me from Atlanta back to Mississippi. I miscalculated the lane swerve and I hit the curb hard with the passenger side tires. 2 tires going flat as I searched for a safe place to pull over and call for help. Over the next 4 hours, I met 3 different AAA associates who helped me with a tow, with the purchase of 2 tires, and with the installation of the same tires. They were all so kind to me and helped me to get on my way again. Another day in the life of. I woke up realizing it's been 4 years since my beloved departed for heaven. The memories of that day flooded my thoughts, as well as the realization that I had made it through the worst possible moments that I could ever have imagined. And now I have lived without Joe for 4 years. It's hard to believe, but it's true. I didn't think I could live a day without him. but I did. I thought my own life was over, but it's not. So I experienced another day in the life of. I share these times with you right now so that you may receive some comfort, that you're not alone in your times of crisis. I share these times with you so that you can know that life just goes on and on and on. Things of life have to be taken care of. Bad things happen and have to be dealt with. Death may be the end for some, but it's also the beginning of something new for others, whether we want it or not. Ecclesiastes 3 tells us, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. The Bible tells us clearly that there are times and there are seasons. It's up to each of us to experience these and move forward from them, still in right standing with God, still in faith, still believing the best is ahead for us. The days I shared earlier in this video did not happen over seasons of time. Unfortunately, they landed on me, wham, wham, wham. But God was able to comfort me in my discomfort. He was able to help me with wisdom when I needed it. And He was able to strengthen me to get through each and every situation. And at the end of each of those days, I was still saved. I was still a witness for Him. I was safe and sound in my own home, where I could rest and recover from the weariness of life on this fallen earth. True rest for the Christian is not the absence of trials, tests, and troubles. True rest for the Christian is peace within the midst of storms of life that carries us forward in this life that we live. We may struggle to retain our patience. We may struggle to settle our minds, but Holy Ghost is able within each of us to provide what we need when we need it. Depend upon Him as you go forward in the coming days. If you're enjoying my videos, do me a favor. Please like and subscribe, and check out each of my playlists when you have a chance. Thank you for watching today, and we'll be together again soon.